Hey guys, welcome to my latest update. I am 21 weeks on testosterone. Any kind of changes that I'm seeing as we're going along, I feel like my voice just keeps getting deeper. I know I've said that on a bazillion videos, but I feel like it is. My poor chin will not stop breaking out. It's awful. I've actually put a little bit of concealer on my chin because it's just that bad. So I didn't want to go to work looking like pizza, so... still a little greasy, of course. I mean, I'm still breaking out. But I mean, it's worth it. Keeping up with my skin regimen. But yeah, it's breaking out. But that's really the least of my worries. I mean, it's not really anything to complain about. The facial hair game is still going pretty strong. I'm getting a pretty good sideburn there. One of them's dinkier than the other. It's kind of funny. They're growing in a little uneven. Still no hair in this region, which is kind of funny. But as you can see, I still have the patches of hair coming in here. I have a little bit coming in on my chin. And I still have a good neck beard going on right here too. So that's continuing. In this video, I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about in the news today that a Texas judge is blocking the rules from the Obama administration regarding transgender youth and transgender students using the bathrooms in which they identify. And I feel like I want to apologize to all those trans kids out there for the fact that there are some really terrible, fear-mongering, shitty adults out there who are just fanning the flames of fear and just, they have no respect for people as they are. It's sad that people who should be wanting to protect all children and all students only want to protect themselves and they don't care about anybody else. But there are adults out there who, well, I'm sure if you're a trans kid, you've seen it a million times. There's so many adults out there who don't care. And they don't. And, you know, and we can try to turn those tides. And I certainly won't stop trying to change people's minds on that. But I'm really sorry that you're dealing with that. And I'm sorry that I have to sit here and say that there's a bigger world out there where one day you will be able to use the bathroom with which you identify. Because I shouldn't have to say that. I mean, that's something that you say of typical high school bullshit about the social hierarchies and whatnot. You get to tell kids out there, you know, there's a real world out there and it's not like that. And it's sad that I have to sit here and say, you know, take heart because there is a real world out there where you can use the restrooms with which you identify because there are educated people out there. I mean, for one thing, I work for a company that is a very, very large global company in a position that many would love to have. And I can tell you that nobody blinks a damn eye when I go into the men's restroom. As it is, no one has misgendered me. Everyone has called me sir or he, his, him. They've used the correct pronouns. And nobody flips a lid, young or old. Nobody flips a lid about me using the restroom in which I identify. And I'm not there to check anybody out or do anything weird. I am there to do my business and to leave. And I can guarantee you that's what I've been doing in there. So I think it's terrible that there are so many people out there who are scared of allowing students to use the restroom in which they identify. I mean, I can't imagine how horrible that would be for a kid to feel that uncomfortable just about going to the restroom. I mean, it sucks that when I go out in public, I still do use the women's restroom because I'm still an F-size chest on top. So I know somebody would flip their shit if I went into the men's room, especially because I'm in Texas. So it's so much worse for students out there though. And I hate that it's worse for them because as it is, trans youth have such a hard time and it's so hard for them to find acceptance, not just in Texas, but just about anywhere. And yet we're really going to do this to them. It makes no sense. I mean, people like Ken Paxton and Dan Patrick are so fucking embarrassing, it's not even funny. So, I apologize for language. I'm a little heated. I've been thinking about this on the whole ride home. And it sucks that things are getting better for trans youth, but I know I'm being a little impatient, but I can deal with this shit as an adult, you know? I'm an adult. I can deal with that. But it's so much harder for trans kids out there. So that's why I feel like it's important for me to really educate people on the trans community. And I am so grateful for those of you who have taken the time to ask me questions or have just embraced me as a whole, because you have also helped me in so many ways. You've helped our community in so many ways because you know someone who's trans, you're close to someone who's trans, you're friends with someone who's trans, you love somebody who's trans, and you're willing to go to bat for me and for my community, and that means so much to me. Shout out to my friend Pam. We've been friends since junior high, and I had the privilege of doing an interview where she had interviewed me for her sociology project, and she is lending a voice to the trans community, and that means so much to me. So Pam, thank you from the bottom of my heart. But thank you to all of you guys who are standing up as well for the trans community and who are understanding that we just want to be ourselves and live our lives. We're not trying to scare anybody. We're not trying to do anything wrong. We're people too. And I will damn sure be very loud and vocal about that, because I know there's so many kids out there who are having a rough time. And I hate to think about that. I hate to think that anybody would question their existence or want to end their life because of a few assholes who don't even want to take the time to educate themselves. And these are assholes in high positions who won't take the time to educate themselves. And that's really disappointing. So I'm going to stop being heated. I know that I don't normally go swearing off left and right, but I'm a little heated about this because that's not only my community, that's my youth, that's my future. And I just don't want anything to hinder them. So I'm going to keep fighting the good fight as much as I can. Again, thank you guys for being supportive of me, and because you're being supportive of my community. And when you take the time to educate someone and say, hey, I have a friend who's trans and he's a pretty normal guy, you're really helping to plant that seed in that other person to let them know that there's nothing wrong with the trans community. So the more people we can educate, the better. So if you're a trans kid out there watching this, take heart, because I'm going to keep fighting for you. And there's a lot of other people who are going to keep fighting for you too. And trust me, there is a big world out there, and you're not always going to find that pushback. I mean, it's always going to be an uphill battle for us for now, but you're not going to find as much fear-mongering, especially when you're amongst educated people. So take heart, guys, and just keep fighting that good fight. But until then, you guys, thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. Again, take a little time to show some love out there, because we need more of it amongst all people, not just trans people, cis people, everybody. We need a little more of that than instead of just blind hatred. So until then, spread that love, and I love you guys, and I will talk to you later.